Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively.
Ah, yes. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, and I'm your host, Dani Gurry. Had some technical difficulties this morning, so we're going to pray everything goes as planned. All right, I need 45 pairs of shoes to make my 200 shoe goal. All right? I want to thank Dorothy, Tommy, Pulling for Veterans, Jillian, Pam, and others who dropped off shoes or donated to my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle so I could purchase them. Right now, I've got 15 pairs of boots I found on clearance. They're in my shopping cart right now, and I need $125 to go ahead and purchase them. So, any amount that you can give, you can see on screen my Venmo at Dani-Gurry, my Cash App, $Dani Gurry, PayPal Dani.Gurry@yahoo.com, and Zelle is 240-357-0226. $125. Hopefully I can get that before the end of the show so I can go ahead and make that purchase, okay? I appreciate you all. Anybody who donates right now during this show, I will give you a Good Morning Frederick magnet worth $5, all right? Good Morning Frederick magnet to anybody who donates during my show right now. $125, and I got 15 pairs of boots to add to my total, which means then I only need 30 pairs of shoes. All right? With 564 subscribers, somebody came back. I made my kids subscribe as well, and they're sharing it with all their friends. Plus hundreds watching on YouTube on Facebook every day. We should be able to do this. $125 if you can donate any amount. I greatly appreciate this. Or, as well, starting on Thursday, you can drop into 401 North Market Street, which is the home of everything Frederick, and you can grab some swag, Good Morning Frederick swag. There's shirts, hats, travel mugs, stickers, and magnets, and the proceeds of all those sales of merch go towards supporting the donations that I make to tons of organizations each year, like Souls of Love and United Way with Stuff the Bus, plus countless others. So when you purchase, you're literally giving back to the community, and you get something cool as well. So buy the swag. All right, on today's show, I learn all about native plants and why it's so important we all plant them when I visit Brandon and Laura at Ecoplantia. And then Amanda Bienko takes her art to water bottles, laptops, and garage fridges, and she couldn't be happier. And you're going to want some of her stuff. I know you will. And Bob Miller and Chris Michaels join me from WFMDs Morning News Express to cover local news, weather, and sports. Plus, as always, I've got giveaways and all the events for this weekend and next week. I'm going to have to put the banner up across the bottom of the screen. My platform that I utilize is having difficulty this morning uploading anything new. So I adjusted my giveaway sheet to remove the Crash and Catharsis Smash Passes and Urbana Ride wristband, and now I can't upload the new one. So you're going to want to text. We've got, of course, tree truckers. We've got the keys, and let's see. Oh, and Maryland Lottery, of course. We've got that as well today. All right. Well, let's get everything else going and see if we can get through this today. Good morning. It is a Tuesday for sure. Well, without We Help You Move, we couldn't keep this show going, so I am grateful to them. And whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing easy. We Help You Move is veteran-owned and a huge supporter of our Frederick community. I'm telling you, Nick, it will do almost anything and be anywhere you need him. WeHelpYouMove.com. Please support him as he supports the rest of us. All right, let's find out what's happening with local news, weather, and sports. I've got Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from the WFMD Morning News Express with all the details that you need to be updated this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy Thursday.
Oh, look at that. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. That's Roy Rogers food, and you know.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You caught me at a bad time. I apologize. How's my beard? Clean?
Yes. You're saving that for later, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Yes.
Isn't that disgusting?
That's why I work on radio.
Oh, hang on a second. Hold on a second. I blew my nose, or is that a piece of chicken skin? Oh, whatever.
Hey, inflation's high, man. I got to save all my food somehow. And if I put it in the fridge over at the radio station, Tom and Diana will eat it all. So, what am I going to do?
I get it. Yeah, we already talked about this on the air, is that we think he can take Tom, but not Diana.
Right. I'd believe that.
He's tough.
Diana is tough. Yeah.
She is. She is a tough cookie. I love it.
Yes, she is. So how's Dani? I thank you I hope you guys did okay without me yesterday.
We missed you. I hope everything worked out all right.
I have a boo-boo. So, we'll find out. We'll actually find out tomorrow when I go to the doctor and she goes, "Hey, fatty, you need to, look at, hang on a second. Here she'll be like this, looking at my blood work going,
Yeah.
Wow, this doesn't look good at all.
Well.
You need to make some lifestyle changes. How about some green vegetables every now and then?"
Hey, Bob, everything was okay yesterday, but Dani wouldn't let me do New York sports. I still had to do local, so,
Well, that's kind of why we're here, Chris. I know that you kind of go off on your rabbit holes and down your own trails, but every now and then we got to reel you back in.
That's right. Got to reel it into local for sure. Well, here's what's funny. So I don't know. I think I might have talked about this yesterday, about getting older. I somehow slept really weird, and now I have like this back thing that's happening, and I stand. I'm standing right now. I stand at my desk. It's adjustable or whatever. And ironically, I have scheduled a consult with Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic. We were going to film it so people can see like what their evaluations look like. And now I'm afraid I'm really going to need something more serious because I don't know what I've done.
Get it done while you're there. Absolutely.
I will. It feels like a muscle thing. It's so strange.
Yeah, that icy hot and the what's the other one with the green and white label? Gosh, I can't think of it now. But a lot of masseuses use it and stuff. I have that. I buy them by the 6-pack. I mean, I
Yeah.
just
I
always
thankfully have
spraying on
never
something.
had a lot of back pain, and it is horrible. I'm sorry for
Mhm.
those of you that deal with it all the time, because it's like just this really I'm good, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh gosh, nope, not
Yep.
good."
You
Yep.
can use
My wife. Go ahead.
I would say you can use my lady if you want, Danny. Her name is Vrushka. Her company's called I Break Your Back. I mean, I'm just saying if you need a massage, Vrushka works wonders.
Yeah. Well, then when they break your back, you can use my lawyers. You cheat them and how.
Yeah.
See, all the info
Well,
you get
I'm
from us?
wondering, I've started getting monthly massages, right? And I'm wondering if doing that, not that it's hurt my back, but you know how they loosen things and then other things go. And so I'm not sure. I'm going to talk to my girl too and find out what's going on. So
My wife is one of the toughest people I know, and the most pain I've ever seen her in. And for what she does for a living, she has to wear a motor on her back to provide air. Okay. So she's in the scientific world, and the most pain I've ever seen her in, she gets back spasms. And I've seen her laid out on the floor with a back spasm where she just can't move, And I'm like, you want me to call 911? What do I do here? And she goes, just leave me alone.
It's the horrible feeling. My husband, it has happened to him too. It's you feel so helpless because they are, it's extraordinary.
Yeah.
So
and it's not like you're picking up a 100-pound sack of feed. It's like she reaches down and gets something out of the dishwasher.
Yeah, it's I just slept, so there you go. It's dangerous.
Right? Yeah.
All right, what's going on locally with news, Chris?
Well, actually, no bad news today, at least locally, so that's good news.
That's great.
Yeah, so we'll start the show off good. Frederick City's Department of Economic Development has started a new program. It's called Access Granted, and Bob actually mentioned this today on the Morning News Express. The city says the grant program specifically supports and empowers small minority and women-owned businesses by providing access to capital. $400,000 has been set aside for this new program. The money comes from the coronavirus local and state fiscal recovery funds program. So if you're wondering where the COVID virus money was going, there you go. Authorized by the American Rescue Plan Act. The city's Department of Economic Development says its goals are to promote a supportive and inclusive business environment so that business owners can reach their full potential. We are thrilled to introduce the Access Granted program as a vital step towards creating a more equitable and thriving business community in Frederick, says Richard Griffin, the director of the Department of Economic Development, in a statement. And the former two-term Republican governor of Maryland has been campaigning across the state trying to win the U.S. Senate seat, which is being vacated by incumbent Ben Carton, who is retiring. So why is Larry Hogan running? Well, because, and this is Hogan's words, because I'm completely fed up with politics as usual. I think we all are. And I think Washington is completely broken, he responded. I'm kind of concerned about the angry, decisive politics with so many partisan division in Washington. Hogan was also asked how he could bring everyone together to try and solve problems. I think I can be the guy in the middle of what happens down there. A lot like perhaps Joe Manchin or John McCain. Of course, Joe Manchin, as we know from West Virginia, leans to the left, but is more of down the middle type of person. Somebody that's going to be in the middle that is able to try to reach across the aisle and convince some folks in the Senate to try and reach some common sense solutions, he said. And I think we probably can all agree on that. The temperature needs to cool down a little bit. And me and Danny were talking about it yesterday. It's going to be an interesting race to see if former Governor Hogan can actually win, being a Republican in a blue state. So he's going to have to go kind of towards the middle in order to do that.
Well, that's where he is, and that's what made him successful as a governor here. So, I mean, I think he'll do well. I think he will.
Well, you saw another story out there is that the Teachers Association in the state of Maryland did not endorse him, but endorsed his opponent, and that's a big union block.
Yeah.
Well, that was a big win for Angela Alsobrooks too. I mean, defeating who she defeated. I mean, kind of a new, fresh face, I guess, for the Democrats. Now, again, even though we're in a blue state, I think Hogan really has a good shot to win. He seems to be a pretty popular governor for the 2 terms that he served. So we'll see. We'll see on that. And taking a look. Well, this is also kind of in the news too, and weather. But just to let you know, there's a heat advisory that remains in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. Heat advisory in effect from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. During the heat advisories, hot conditions with heat will be around. And again, it's the with the heat index today, we're looking at possibly at 110 degrees. So stay safe out there. Like I always say, stay hydrated. And speaking of weather, as I said, sunshine to start, then a few afternoon clouds, a stray shower or a thunderstorm is possible. And again, high around 100, partly to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms during the evening, potential possibly for severe thunderstorms, of course, depending on where you are in the listening area. Low near 75. And taking a look at tomorrow, partly cloudy in the morning. Thunderstorms develop later in the day. There's potential for severe thunderstorms. High of not as hot, but still warm for us, 94. Thunderstorms likely in the evening, then a chance of scattered thunderstorms maybe later on. Storms may contain strong gusty winds, so just kind of be aware of that, monitor just in case the winds get bad, taking any loose items that you might have outside.
Great day to stay inside. It was
Yes.
oppressive yesterday too. I didn't go out
Oh,
much
yeah.
at all. When I did, it was awful.
That's why we thank the air conditioning companies out there for keeping us
Yes.
nice and cool, as you well know,
Yes.
Dani.
Yes.
And speaking of cool, the Orioles traded for pitcher Corbin Burnes in the offseason. They now expected him to start opening day, and they were hoping maybe game 1 of a playoff series, but he's going to get to start for the American League in the All-Star game tonight. American League manager Bruce Bochy announced that Monday afternoon. He'll be the first Orioles pitcher to start the Midsummer Classic since 1980. He's going to join Orioles shortstop Gunnar Henderson and catcher Adley Rutschman, who are also going to start against Pittsburgh Pirates rookie flamethrower Paul Skenes, who was named the starter for the National League. The Orioles, speaking of them, they had the draft over the last couple of days, and they went mostly hitters in with their ranks over the first 3 days. They've not taken a pitcher in the first round for a very long time. Nationals closer Kyle Finnegan going to be named as a replacement on the National League All-Star team for St. Louis Cardinals closer Ryan Helsley, who's got a bit of an injury. So Texas native, 2-4, 25 saves with a 2.45 ERA. And Teoscar Hernandez, I hope I say that right, is your 2024 Major League All-Star Home Run Derby champion. He beat out, in his first appearance, outlasting Bobby Witt Jr. There you go. And again, for all those, baseball tonight, Midsummer Classic, the All-Star game.
Very, very good. Well,
Yeah.
look, we appreciate it very much. And
I'm going to go back to eating my Roy Rogers.
yeah. I miss those mornings when,
Yes, right?
We got plenty, Dani. Come on down.
You know what I miss, and I think you were around then, Dani, when you worked for us. Remember when they would bring the bagels from Market Street Bagels, and the bagel sandwiches, the bacon, egg, and cheese. And, yes, they were wonderful. They wonderful.
They were. All right, gentlemen. Well, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Dani.
Enjoy, Chris.
I work with that every day. Every day.
All right. Want to thank them so much for joining each morning to give us a look at our local news, weather, and sports. All right. I do have giveaways. As I said, for some reason, technical challenges are keeping me from being able to upload the slide that I usually do. But again, we've got the Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. We give 5 away every single week. You can text anytime, 24 hours a day. Tree Trekkers, a 3-hour adventure ticket. You can text the word tree. And then 4 tickets to any regular season Keys game. Just text Keys, and I'd be happy to pass those along to you. And that will be scrolling across the screen for most of the show. in case you forget. All right, quick break, and then I'm going to take you on a trip to Ecoplantia, which is right on North Market Street, so we can learn about native plants and why they're so important. And Amanda has been illustrating for half her life, and she's taking her art on a smaller scale. And I've got all your events for this week, and all of that is coming up right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
We love that. And actually, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a girls' evening at Dream Free Art. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to invite some of you, which will be fun as well. All right, let's get into the events and talk about what's happening in Frederick. This is part of the technical difficulties I was having earlier. Couldn't upload that to the place where it normally runs automatically. Anyway, you get the drift, but we don't want to forget that today is Taco Tuesday, and happening in Frederick is sponsored by the Taco Bar. 20% off 3 tacos all day long. Located on West Point Plaza on Route 40, you can get steak, chicken, al pastor, carnitas, and fish tacos. You can even get tacos if you're a vegan. They have options for you as well. And if you want to live on the wild side, maybe try the beef tongue or small intestine tacos. You can check them out, tacobar1.com. And head out for Taco Tuesday. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. Yesterday, I spent, hours adding bunches of events to our calendar, mostly August and September, including all of your Frederick Fair information that you need, even the deadlines if you would like to make something to enter into the fair. And we're going to talk a lot about that. You know, some people talk about how, it's so expensive to go to the fair. There are so many free ways to go to the fair, and I'm going to cover all of them for you. And so anyway, I added a bunch of stuff to our calendar last night. So let's see what's going on with the... Today is Tuesday, yes, July 16th. Let's see. We've got, with the heat index the way it is today, how about a $1 movie? Regal's Summer Movie Express. I am going to be talking with the manager from Regal this week and talking about how, what they're up to, anything exciting that might be happening with them. But dollar movies, you can't sneeze at that for sure. 11 o'clock on Tuesday, today and tomorrow, I think, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So you can check out the listings to find out what is playing for you to see. Also, let's see, we've got, do you have kids who like to sew? Well, head to the Middletown Public Library today at 1 p.m. Oh, this is actually for adults. I apologize. So if you're an adult and you like to sew or want to learn to sew, you can do that at the Middletown Public Library. If you haven't been to the library recently, the new one that they've opened, it is really very nice. So you can check out the Sewing Club as well. Let's see, Thermont Resource Day. Hey, if you know anybody in the Thermont region, I forgot what this was, but this is a grocery and personal needs distribution event. So it is today at 3 p.m. at 76 East Moser Road. So if you know a family who may be in need of food or personal care items, please let them know that that is happening today at 3 p.m. at 76 East Moser Road. Please spread the word about that because we obviously want to make sure if somebody needs some food and stuff, they can get it. Summer Explorers at the Brunswick Library this afternoon. If you've got an elementary-aged child, you can head to the Brunswick Library at 4:30 and make some friendship bracelets. I love the library's programming. I'm just fascinated. I hope that this stuff didn't actually exist when my kids were little, because I feel really bad that we missed a lot of this great free stuff that's going on. Also, 2 for Tuesday karaoke tonight at the Orioles Nest. That is located at 1037 West Patrick Street, behind Burlington Coat Factory, down around the back of that shopping center. You can enter off of Key Parkway. I find that's the easiest way to get there. So, when you do karaoke, you always want to do 2 songs because you pick the one song and then when you're done, you're going, I should have done that other one. Well, you can do it tonight at the Orioles. All right, tomorrow morning, gentle yoga at the Common Market. Oh, I've added in a lot of the programming at our local common markets. I didn't even realize. I'd forgotten they did these classes and they had all this stuff. So you just want to double check which location the event is happening at this morning or tomorrow morning at 8:30. It's at the 7th Street location. And they do gentle yoga at 8:30. I love that. Also, let's see. The Frederick County Animal Control it's a microchip clinic. It is not free. I keep forgetting. I'm going to make myself a note. It is $20, which is so simple. That gets you the microchip and the registration. Microchip. It's not free. And I just copied that from someone else. So that, shows that I wasn't really paying attention there on what was happening. But if you need your pet microchipped, you don't need even an appointment. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. you can go to 1832 Rosemont Avenue and get your pet microchipped. This is especially important if you've got a pet that escapes or has gotten out of the house before. This will save you a lot of headache. If your pet is found, they will be able to locate you, which is important. Let's see. Story time with a police officer Wednesday. That is tomorrow, 10:30 in Brunswick for kids 5 and under. That's a wonderful time. I think that would be cool. I might want to go check that out. Of course, it's happening during the stream, so I can't really, or right after my stream is over. Couldn't get there quick enough, but I think that that's pretty cool. I didn't even know, again, that existed. Let's see. We have that intro to calligraphy I was talking about yesterday at Frederick Book Arts Center. That's at 6 p.m. I would really love to do that. Fun Under the Sun with Mermaid Eureka. Wow, that is happening at... let's see. That is at 9020 Amelung. That, I think, is the library. I think that might be the library there. I don't know why they didn't put that specifically, but that is 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. That should be kind of a lot of fun. And yoga on tap at Rockwell Brewery. Beer and yoga. I can't think of anything better. 6:30 to 7:30, and that is at the East Street location. Also, there's a Brevity Book Club hosted by Sarah of Curious Iguana at the Give Rise Studio tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can check that out too. Look, this calendar is a fantastic resource if you're looking to entertain anyone, including yourself, every single day. There are tons. I mean, look at all of these events every single day in this community we call Frederick. I'm shocked, actually. I didn't even realize all of this stuff was happening. And by doing this, I have discovered so many amazing things that I would have never known existed because everybody puts their stuff out everywhere. And I'm curating things from Facebook, from all the websites and all that good stuff. So you can utilize this as well. Just go to promocircus.com, click on everything Frederick Live, and you too can have all of this information. Also, some key events that I want to mention. The Urbana Carnival is on all week, so be sure to stop by and see our friend Rob from Intense Barbecue. He takes care of the pit beef, plus he has all your favorites like the meat parfait, which I am going to get this evening. I didn't go yesterday because of my daughter's birthday. We went to dinner and it ran a little late. And so I'm going to head out there this afternoon with Mama Cone. We're going to try not to die in this heat. Only going to be out there a little bit and then hop back in the AC. But anyway, we're going to head to the Urbana Carnival, and you can too, all this week through Saturday. Also, July 31st, I want you guys to start thinking about marking your calendars. At 4:30, I think, to 6:30, you're going to want to stop by Frederick Social. Now, if you're going to Frederick Social at all this month anyway, that's wonderful because they're going to donate a portion of sales to Boomtown, the movie about Frederick, which is coming out. They're going to start filming soon. And actually, they are looking for actors, singers, and extras from the African American community in Frederick. On Saturday, August 10th from 10 to 2, they will be shooting at Asbury United Methodist Church. They are shooting I think this is one of the scenes from the journalist who was African American who attended an event, and that is why they are looking for that. Soon they will be looking for all kinds of other extras coming up. They have a gala event they have to shoot, and I think they're doing, I think this one might be from the 70s, this particular scene. And then they'll be doing one from the 40s, which is kind of cool. But we want to thank Frederick Social for giving back to Boomtown and participating in that. And then August 1st is the Distillery Dash. Remember, that benefits Mount Olivet Historic Preservation. It's just $10. It goes straight to them. And it's a 2-mile run or walk through Mount Olivet, which is actually, as creepy as it may sound, it's really great running and walking paths, and people bike and walk and run through that all the time. One of the main reasons is that there isn't a lot of through traffic. Occasionally you might get a vehicle in there, but quite honestly, it's a great space to participate there. And then they have the after party for that at McClintock's Back Bar on August 1st. And then August 17th, Climbing for a Cause at Tree Trekkers. You're going to want to get your tickets now to support American Cancer Society. And Ashley from Tree Trekkers will be on tomorrow to tell us all about the fun stuff happening there and how you can support even if you can't attend, which is vital. And then August 24th, it's Blue Crabs and Blueprints to benefit Habitat for Humanity. If you like crabs, then you're going to want to get your crabs ordered before, I think she said August 19th. I'll double check that, but certainly before August 1st. If you order before August 1st, you're safe for sure. And if you don't like crabs, don't worry. They have food trucks and they have a ticket that you can purchase so that you can enjoy as well. All right, if you have an event you want included on the calendar, just email it to me, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. And if you want me to mention it, just let me know. All right, if you're looking for a place for delicious lunch or dinner, maybe today, you can check out Sushi Nomu. Dani, and I recently had dinner at Sushi Nomu, and I've got to tell you, it was absolutely unbelievable. The decor, phenomenal. The food, just amazing. I had the best miso soup I've ever had. The sushi was so fresh and delicious, and it was actually a feast for the eyes. The presentation was stunning, and the service was impeccable. The sushi, fresh, the sashimi, the best I've ever had. I can't say enough great things about it. If you're looking for a great place, maybe to go on a date, or maybe just to try something new, it's affordable, it is beautiful, and you will not be disappointed, I promise. Sushi Nomu at sushinomu.com or 4969 Westview Drive, just beyond the Dunkin' Donuts. All right, you should check out Sushi Nomu. Delicious. And if you're looking for a place, it is so cute inside. I love it. All right, Brandon and Laura are letting us all know it's imperative for us to turn our yards into native gardens to keep our ecosystem rocking. And if you're like me and don't have any idea which plants are native or where you should plant them or how they're going to look when they all grow up, they have the answer with their company, Ecoplantia. And I'd like to introduce you to them as well. Here's Brandon. Behind Monocacy Brewing and didn't ever know that there was anything here, but there is. And it's called Ecoplantia?
You got it.
Ecoplantia. Yeah. This is Brandon and Laura, newly transplanted, pun intended, to Frederick area. It's fascinating what you have accomplished, kind of, well, what feels like a short period of time to us, 8 weeks here, but years in the planning, I guess, and the makeup. So at the core, Ecoplantia is?
We're mission driven to encourage, we're growing new gardeners and encouraging folks to plant more natives.
Yeah, so you're all about the native plants.
Absolutely.
Because what is the importance of having more native plants here in not only just Frederick, but Maryland as well?
So throughout the last 50 years, we've gotten a lot of, we've always relied on ecological conservationists, and they've always gone out to areas where us homeowners don't really travel to, whether it's nature reserves, just conservation reserves, and we have state parks, we have federal parks. However, they're all islands. And so the mission is to encourage more homeowners to plant more native plants to bridge these islands. In the last 50 years, we've lost 3 billion birds.
Okay.
40% of the plants on Earth are facing extinction as we speak.
Okay.
And so our efforts are to just get more natives planted out into the communities while increasing the environmental literacy of residents, informing them what plants are invasive, plants that we need to remove first. And it's not all about getting rid of your hydrangeas or knockout roses. It's just planting more natives throughout your garden.
Yeah, because I do love my hydrangeas.
Absolutely.
I don't have as many now in my new house, but I do love the hydrangeas. But I get it. Look, I mean, I think, our local insects, animals, they all depend.
That's it. And so with insects, 90% of all pollinating species have co-evolved with a single plant or a couple plants.
Right.
They need those plants to live. Yeah. Now, one of our fan favorites is the butterfly bush. I'd say 7 out of 10 homes is guaranteed to have a butterfly bush. Well, the butterfly bush doesn't support not one single species here in America.
Right.
The butterfly bush, in fact, its flowers will produce a show, but the nectar that it's producing is very minimal. So you'll get butterflies bouncing around because they're getting tiny sips. They're happy they found a plant, but it's not giving them everything they need.
Right.
So planting something like a button bush or New York ironweed, certain Lepidoptera species have co-evolved with that to be able to eat the leaves, grow as caterpillars. Some of those caterpillars make it into butterflies. However, caterpillars are also the #1 energy transfer from the plant kingdom to the animal kingdom.
Wow, very cool.
So it's like the Wagyu steak for birds.
I love it. I love it. And so to support kind of this native plant growing at your home, you've made a cheat sheet for us dummies in the plant world and the landscape world, so that it makes it simple for a homeowner to put these plants in places where they have growth room and they can support one another in their growth journey.
Absolutely.
I love this.
And
I really do.
You know, it's great if you can, you know, buy one native plant and plant it. However, it's even better if you can plant maybe 3 of the same kind. So if you think about
always threes, you landscapers.
Yes,
always
3s,
odd
5s,
numbers,
7s.
Florists as well. I love it. I've learned a lot lately
absolutely,
about that.
there's a psychology behind that.
Yeah.
So planting in groups, now the pollinators have a better chance of seeing that plant, finding it. And a certain plant like a goldenrod. A goldenrod is a host to over 105 different pollinating species.
Wow.
So talk about diversity. So with these templates, we take into account aesthetics. We got to, you know, you want your garden to look good. You want it to tie in. However, we've also chosen plants that'll socialize well together, and we give you successional blooms. So in the spring you have a show. When that fades, the summer show comes up. When that fades, the autumn show comes up.
I love all that.
And now wintertime, we recommend leave it all up for habitat support during those cold months. And late winter, early spring, chop it all down. Everything reemerges bigger and lusher than it was in the previous year.
I love it. And so if you don't want to go the DIY route, you guys are available to come out, scope out your property.
Absolutely.
And decide on a plan.
Yep. For folks looking to make the conversion and the transition into native gardens, we do offer full-scale landscape design. We use architectural software so we can put your house in a computer, show you everything, zoom in on plants, zoom out, match textures, match colors, try different plants, all before we would put a shovel to the ground.
Yeah, that's really exciting actually. And I think that there are a lot of people, even like me, who want to support our environment somehow and just have no idea. It's overwhelming to walk into nurseries. It's crazy to kind of, and I kind of like a human to human, I pick the pretty ones, or I pick the not necessarily the best, right?
Correct. Correct. And that's it's conscious gardening. And so, you know, we at Ecoplantia, we do a lot of the research for our customers so they can walk in, know what they're getting. We tell them if it's a straight species native or if it's a cultivar and why we selected that cultivar. So with cultivars, if you're changing the flower shape or the flower color or the leaf color, well now those insects that like those plants, they don't recognize it anymore.
I'm not quite sure, So what, if you were gonna tell somebody the top 3 native plants that people like at their home, do you have kind of like a top?
I sure do. I could say the top 3, what I'll always recommend is mountain mint. So in 2013, the Penn State Extension program did a pollinator trial, and across the board, mountain mint was #1. Mountain mint is native to our area, which we carry. It's about 2.5 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and it's not like mint that we all knew from our, you know.
Not in your mojito.
No, it's not spearmint. It's not going to take over, spread, and kill your garden. It's much more well-behaved, slow spreading, clump forming.
I actually kill mint.
Oh gosh.
All my friends are like, it's a weed. I have other plants. For some reason, mint hates me. But anyway, I like this, so it's not.
Totally different. So we got mountain mint. #2, I would say goldenrod. So again, goldenrod's going to attract over 105 different pollinating species. So it's very diverse. #2 on that list, I'd have to go with smooth aster or New England aster. So that's going to be a close second to that goldenrod. And now they're both what Dr. Talamy considers keystone plants. So a keystone plant is a plant that if you took that out of our system, an ecosystem would crumble. That local system would collapse.
It's like your third leg on a bar stool or something.
It sure is.
And do you have a 3? I know we had 2 that were tied for second.
Mountain mint. All right. I'm a sucker for black-eyed Susans, which is another keystone plant.
I'd like to see more black-eyed Susans out here. I don't see nearly as many. I'd like to. I might have to have you come to my house and tell me where to plant them.
Oh, anytime.
Okay, so you guys are available for landscape. Laura, you got sucked into all of this.
I'm just the emotional support.
Well, let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, that is probably a 90% job.
Oh, yeah.
Were you into gardening, plants, and all of that before?
No.
So now you're.
I mean, I've been around it. My dad is a retired golf course superintendent.
Oh.
And my mom is a great gardener, as is my sister. But
Yeah.
I've always rented, so I never really had the opportunity to do so. But,
Awesome. All right, so people can come here to the shop now, which is right behind Monocacy Brewing, next to Duet with Music and on North Market Street.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And are you here every day?
Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday to Sunday.
Yep,
Okay.
10 to 5, and then
Okay.
Saturdays we open a little earlier, 8 a.m.
Okay. And people can reach you online.
They sure can.
And they can order these
Online.
online as well from
Yeah.
anywhere in the world. Like
Yeah.
you can, if you have. So with this isn't just are they done by state?
So we
Regional?
have. Yep, it's regional.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have like your growing regions.
Exactly.
And you can buy the papers. So if you're in South Carolina,
100.
you could buy the papers that are going to be good for South Carolina.
100%.
And
we
then
can
you have
ship
a
them with the plants.
Yeah. So so the key, you have the key on the back that explains what plant needs to go in what place.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All the
okay.
acronyms are labeled on the
Yeah.
on the back side of the packaging,
Yeah.
and tells you what plants go where, and you simply cut an X where the X is,
Yeah.
fold the triangle pieces of paper
simple.
back, dig a hole, plant your plant, go to the next one, water, mulch.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
mean,
have
if
a-
elementary school kids can do it at Butterfly Ridge, we can certainly do this too. But if you don't want to do that, you can give Brandon a call, reach out to him on the web, and he can come to your house and make it phenomenal, native, supported, beautiful at the same time. Lower
Low
maintenance
maintenance.
than it would be to try to
Absolutely.
keep plants that are tropical growing in Maryland, right?
100%. This
But-
is gardening
yeah,
for life.
Yeah, this is amazing. All right, we want to keep them around for a long time to come, so visit. It's ecoplantia.com,
That's
right?
You got it.
There,
Yep.
you can go, and I'll make sure that's on the screen as well. And of course, you can find them on the socials. But come support them. It's really cool out here. Not cool in temperature-wise because we're outside and I'm beaded of sweat, but it's all right. Laura and I have the heads of hair to prove that it is hot and muggy. But it's okay because 12 months a year you can come here and find out what you should be doing for your garden at that time of year and buying these and maybe sending them to a friend. All right, we really appreciate the time today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Ecoplantia. I mean, fascinating. What a great little stencil, basically, to create really cool pockets of Maryland native plants growing to help the butterflies, the insects, the animals, and everything else. We all want to do that, right? All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about stickers and meet the artist, making Frederick fun. More fun than it already is, which I absolutely love. That's all coming up right after this.
All in One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining scenery beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
All right. Amanda Bienko has taken her art to laptops and water bottles, and she couldn't be more proud. This illustrator, teacher, and lover of all things art caught my eye with her Frederick collection. But as I checked out her website, I found so many designs, some slightly inappropriate. So I wouldn't say adult. I would just say funny. They were actually very funny. But anyway, she does custom work for companies, and I was reminded as I was editing the video that I need to get her to create some for Everything Frederick and More and Good Morning Frederick and have them available in the shop. So after this streams, I'm going to be working with her on that. And she also does wedding favors, which I think is awesome and brilliant. All right. I would love for you to meet Amanda. Pleasure of meeting Amanda Bienko for the first time. She's been in Frederick since 2019, and she is very, very talented. You may have seen her stuff already. She does some stickers and illustrations, and I love some of the ones you've created for Frederick in particular. Welcome, Amanda. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me.
I came across your work on social media and said, oh my gosh, I have to talk to you. I love that you have these Frederick-centric, along with many other designs, but some Frederick-centric designs for stickers. Let's back up a little bit, though, and tell me a little bit about how you got to Frederick and your career in art.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Maryland. I'm a Maryland girl, and I was originally an art teacher, and I was actually teaching. I taught in Maryland, but I was teaching overseas and at an international school. And my best friend had moved to Frederick for her job and her husband's job. And when I would come home from teaching overseas, I would come visit her. And I just fell in love with Frederick. I was like, this is the best place in Maryland.
Oh, I love it. We think so too, but that's great. So what part of Maryland were you from originally?
Cecil County. And then I went to Towson.
Okay,
University.
yeah.
So, I've lived in different places in Maryland. And, but yeah, Frederick, I was like, when I came home, I was like, I'm moving here.
Well, we are so glad to welcome you with open arms and happy that you call Frederick home. So you were teaching art. I love the fact you were teaching at an international school. That's fun. And then have you taught at all in schools here in Maryland?
Yes. My first teaching job was in Maryland. I taught at a high school in Prince George's County.
Okay.
And then I left to teach. I had an opportunity to teach at an international school in Morocco.
Woo!
Yeah. So I was like, well, obviously I have to do that.
Yes, of course.
And then when that, you have like a contract, and when that was up, I came back. And
Nice.
I taught in Frederick County public schools for 3 years.
Okay. All right. Was that at the high school level as well?
That was actually elementary.
What do you prefer, elementary or high school?
That's difficult to say, but I think I would always go with elementary because they're so excited about everything.
So when you were in high school, your art teacher kind of planted the seed that you could actually do this for a career, or at least through adulthood somewhat. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. That's what got me started. I was always creative, even as a child. But when I got in high school, that's when it kind of became serious, because my high school art teacher kept instilling in me that, you can be in these higher art classes like AP art and stuff like that. And yeah, she kind of just like really lit a fire under my butt. And that just kind of like got me on the trajectory. And pretty much it's been part of my identity ever since.
Yeah, and that's great. Good on the teacher for, giving you that motivation and planting the seed and, really helping to cultivate your creativity. I think that is phenomenal. And so is there any particular medium you prefer or, kind of specialized in up to now?
Ooh, that's a loaded question for me. I'm kind of known for getting really into something and then doing it for a few years and then abandoning it.
Moving on.
But I will say drawing and illustration is something I always come back to. So now that I've, been doing art for more than half my life, I kind of feel like safe to say, I'd say like, I'm an illustrator. I like to draw.
Yeah. And I probably, when you keep coming back to something, whether it's just for practical reasons or creative outlets, that's a pretty good indicator that it's kind of amongst the top favorite. But I can understand you not really wanting to cement it out there. But
Yeah, it's hard because everything is interesting. But I will say that, like I said, I always go back to drawing, but all of the skills I've learned over the years, whether I taught them myself or I was formally taught in education at higher levels, I use all of it
yeah.
in my business and in what I'm doing right now.
So when did you start selling your art like online? When did that happen?
When I came back from living overseas, my best friend, she also lives in Frederick. She's a jewelry smith. She has her own business. She had been doing her business for a part-time for a while, and I was kind of like inspired by that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try that. So it kind of just, I started building it brick by brick back in 2019.
What is the biggest challenge with having your designs online that you've come across?
I mean, probably anybody who has a business can agree with this statement, but marketing is always super challenging because I do not have a brick and mortar store. You have to find ways to, push people to your website, or you have to try to find other ways, to get in stores, whether that's like a wholesale agreement that you have with a store or doing like pop-ups downtown.
Yeah. Do you have you been able to secure some of those agreements?
Yeah, luckily I have.
Nice.
You can get different mixtures of my stickers, including the Frederick collection, in Rock and Roll Graveyard, Brick and Mortar, Rods and Dotties, and Smoke Signals on Market Street.
Okay, well, we might need to talk to you about an Everything Frederick line for the home of our
Yeah, that
Everything
sounds really
Frederick.
cool.
We can do a Good Morning Frederick line, something fun, and the home of Everything Frederick. So we'll chat about that offline. But
Yeah, that sounds great.
and for the marketing, I definitely have some ways I can help you. And I totally get, like, when you're creative, it's really tough sometimes to put that business hat on. Not that you're not successful at it, but it's just a different way of thinking about your own work. And sometimes it's really tough to kind of put yourself out there like that. So 100% I understand. And I've got some tips that I can send along to you for that, for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah. So now, do you do traditional illustration, and do you combine that now with technology?
Yeah, so I originally started doing traditional means and mediums, pencils, colored pencils, markers on paper. And then I switched over to using my iPad, and I pretty much exclusively use my iPad now, using different design programs. I still use all of the traditional knowledge that I've learned over the years, but I'm just applying it in a digital way.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great that I mean, honestly, I'm a techie nerd. I'm not creative in that way at all. I can't draw. I'm so fascinated watching. I have a couple friends who are also artists, that transition from traditional mediums to digital, and just I'm so fascinated how now it's so much easier to take one piece of art and utilize it across so many different platforms or different ways, because now you can resize and you can duplicate and you can do so many other things that would have taken days in traditional means. So,
Oh yeah, and you can put it on different items, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You can take it from a print to a poster to stickers and things like that. So why stickers in particular?
Well, I was, making mostly prints and posters, and having trouble moving them. So I thought, well, stickers are fun and I love stickers, so let's just give this a try. And that kind of changed my business. Things like, selling and things were just so much easier. It helped me click with like online marketing more about how to market them. And that's just kind of like how I went down that road. And then it's turned into, not just my own like personal designs, but I do custom designs for people wedding favors. They have like stickers for their wedding favors. I do for bands, businesses. So it's kind of just like evolved.
Yeah, I would say stickers are. I just, I feel like they never go out of style, but there's like this huge surgence of them recently, especially. I got my water bottle.
Yeah.
Like even, you got.
Yeah.
Right? Do you sign your illustrations on the stickers?
I do. So this is something that some people have told me that they don't like.
Really?
But yeah, some people are like, I don't like it. I feel like it interferes with the art, with the sticker. But I always go back to, this is my artwork. Even though it's a sticker, it's still art. I have changed to instead, I mean, I always put it in a discreet location, but I've started recently changing it so that it's a shade or two darker or a tone lighter than the coloring around it. So it doesn't stand out as much, but it's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, I love, there's a couple artists I've talked to that hide, but it makes you want to find it. So I love that too. But yeah, 100%. You created the art. You want to make sure something of you is on there at all times because, it's you, which I really love.
Yeah.
Is there any design you've done that is just like, that you go back to it always and just say, that is amazing?
Most of them.
I love it.
Every time I make one, I fall in love with it. I'm like, this is perfection. And then I'll make another one. I'm like, you know what? This is perfection too.
Oh, well, who wouldn't want that? That is awesome. That's great. Well, look, that is phenomenal. I love it. I can't wait to have some of your stickers. We're definitely going to chat about everything Frederick and good morning, Frederick, for sure. If there was one thing you wanted people of Frederick to know about your creations, what would that be?
Oh man, one thing. I would say that through my work, I just try to honor that the best way to be is your authentic self. Yeah. And that's where the treasure's at. And I feel like I try to like embody that in my work, and like then my customers can take that and like feel that for themselves as well.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. That's great. And, to know that when you buy your work, you're getting that little piece of you, which is awesome. All right, Amanda. Well, we want to thank you so much for your time today. Can't wait to see your stickers all over Frederick. Not anywhere Yay! They're not supposed to be, of course, but
of course,
everywhere you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
All right. How adorable those stickers. You got to check out that website. And I'm telling you, soon we're going to have a Good Morning Frederick and an Everything Frederick sticker coming soon. Amazon Prime Days. You guys finding any deals? I'd love if you commented, if you were able to pick up anything, a good score. I'm not very lucky with Amazon Prime Days, but I know some people who usually do find something. All right. I am still looking for about $100. Want to thank those who have donated, even $5 to my Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or Zelle. If you can please do that. I have 15 pairs of boots that are on clearance that I can get for $125 right now. They're in my cart. I'd like to order them so that it will add to the shoes that I need for my 200 total. And I have less than a week to do it. So I need your help. If you can go ahead and donate. I always call money in my Cash App and Venmo free money because I don't really count on it. And it's, I get money every now and then through it. But anyway, if you have some free money that you can donate to me, $5, $10, or $25, I would be so appreciative. And that would allow me to hit this 200 shoe goal. And I know everyone and their mother is collecting shoes. My Rotary is doing it. I've got good friends doing it. And I know you guys have been asked a million times, but it is appreciated more than you know. And we're helping the kids so that they can go back to school with some great footwear. Also, if you happen to, we are so honored to have been nominated for 2 SAS Choice Awards, one for Best Blog Podcast and one for Woman-Owned Business. There's so many great people on both of these lists, though, but if you can, since you can vote every day, do what I've been doing, and every day I vote for a different one as well, and so that everybody, I spread the love out, and you can too. Also, we are on all the socials, you know that, so like, share, follow, please subscribe. Coming up on tomorrow's show, an opportunity to get your whole family, kids included, involved in volunteering for a great cause you'll learn more about when I chat with Jenny from Civitan. And Ashley from Tree Trekkers gives me the scoop on climbing for a cause. And our Ariel Jordan takes her trauma therapy wherever you are. And she talks with me about how she makes herself available to speak to companies and join expert panels and speaking about trauma as well. All right. We want you to have a great day. Get out there and enjoy. Make us proud. And be great, Frederick.
From downtown